What's up, guys? Keyshawn Uchiha here, back at you with another new Ultimate Universe What If. Now, this has been an idea, like, kind of two mixed ideas, because I was thinking of, like, trying to do two separate videos of, like, what if Naruto was, like, Sasori, but, like, was, like, Sasori, not as, like, the whole, like, kind of, like, it was going to be like that, or it was going to be, what if Naruto had Killer Queen, or was, like, Yoshikar Killer, but like less killing women, but more killing anyone because he's a nut job. I would say he a psychopath killer or a killer, you could say. But I just thought let's just merge them together. So this is gonna be a merge together. What if Naruto was Sasori slash Yoshikari killer? So it's gonna be a combination, and yeah, I mean let's see how it goes. And yeah. Also, make sure to get this up to 20 likes and I'll do another part. Oh, this will also be an 18SS, and I will be putting an age restriction on this because, yeah, this what if might be a little bit fucked up. Oh, and might have to change the age to like Naruto being 13. Yeah, Naruto being 13 just because for you could say consent. Anyways, yeah, let's get started. Now, how would this happen? How would Naruto be, you could say, a puppet person slash having a stand in also having Killer Queen? Well, first we're gonna have to start with pretty much Kushina. Kushina is from a long line, from the Uzumaki, but Uzumaki had a secret Kinkai, or you could say ability, but we're just gonna call it Kinkai to make it better. And this Kinkai was pretty much um yeah, well, you could say Killer Queen. Killer Queen. Now, we're just gonna say the child, or no, we're just gonna say like over the Uzumaki bloodline. Sorry about that, guys. Let's continue. This is pretty much where we're gonna just talk about the Uzumakis. Now, the Uzumaki had like two separate factor groups as one, one like how can I do this? I gotta explain this. We're just gonna say stand arrows was like in Naruto. We're just gonna put them in there for plot, and pretty much they're been discovered by now. Not many ninjas like used the arrows because they thought it was really nothing, except for the Uzumaki, and the Uzumaki clan. Well, pretty much had like a bunch of arrows, but we're just gonna say only one person can really use the arrow, and we're just gonna say that Uzumaki had Killer Queen. Now, it came with a cost, as you start to be kind of a psychopath killer, and you just like inherit it. So you only has one of a chance, like one out of like 100 chance to get the stand Killer Queen as a King Kai, because we're just gonna call it as a King Kai due to the arrow, and it just been passed down. Now, Kushina was one of those people who had, you know, that 1% chance. Yeah, that one out of 100 chance to have the King Kai. Yeah. So Kushina, sorry about that. But yeah, Kushina, she basically has that one out of per 100% chance. Or no, I think that. Well, yeah, no. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna say Kushina is one of the person who does has the 1% chance to have the stand Killer Queen. Now, when you do have the King Kai, it comes with a curse, or you could say a side effect, as you become a killer or a psychopath killer. Now, a psychopath killer is basically, we're not gonna like make her like kill women and have hands do that weird hand finishes. It's more like, you know, you regularly lack emotions and you more manipulation and want to get what you want, and you do whatever you want, and you regularly just want a peaceful life, but you're a killer, so you just kill anyone you want. And half the time, if they're innocent or they're just regular people, you just kill them because they want to, because you're like you want blood. That's the curse of having Killer Queen. Now, Kushina has it, and she's basically like I said, and yeah, pretty much, yeah, she's just completely yeah, that's pretty much it. Now we're gonna switch to Minato. Now on Minato's side, Minato is pretty much brothers with Sasori, pretty much an older brother, but he left the uh hidden sand village to go and live in the hidden no yeah the hidden leaf village to pretty much pursue his dreams and stuff. So he knows how to use puppery or and stuff, but you could say he just don't do it. He just want to learn his own stuff. So yeah, that's also just want to do like that. So Naruto can have the power to control puppets. I don't know how it really is worked, but I just wanted to do it just in case. Now, of course, everything goes as usual, as the same. All the events happen as the same. Nothing really different happened, except for the Nine Tails attack. Now, like I said, this is like going to be an 18S, and I'm gonna have to age resistant. I'm sorry, but this is where the whole attack happens. Actually, I might not. I might not. It really doesn't matter. The 18S. I might as well just like if YouTube take it down, I'll just age resist it next time so y'all can watch it. But other than that, let's continue. Pretty much, this is where the Nine Tails attack happened, and everything is bad happening as shit is getting worse. We're gonna say some clans got destroyed, so it's like much worse as in canon. Like, the village is getting way more destroyed, way worse. The Nine Tails is basically firing his beam and stuff, and the ninjas trying their best, but it's just not happening. And the Uchihas, they can't ungenjutsu it or do anything to the Nine Tails, so it's just worse. Minato is just as having a bad worse time because we're gonna say Obito or we're gonna say Madara, quote unquote, basically fights with Minato, but also has Naruto in his hand. So it's even worse because he's right now losing chakra and he doesn't know what he can really do to help out his son. Now I'm just gonna say Minato finds some way, but as Obito's as Minato get back as Obito's about to warp away, Minato has the seal on Naruto because he wanted to get Naruto. He gets Naruto, but Naruto's arm gets Kamui away. So Obito pretty much just took the baby arm. It took the whole baby arm. Now, after you could say that, um, pretty much Minato, has Naruto and stuff, and basically has Kushina, and um, pretty much, yeah, Kushina is basically knowing that she's dying, and she basically, hugs her son. It says that she couldn't train. She's sorry that she couldn't train him to be a properly trained killer, and like her because, like I said, she's a killer psychopath, and she kills whoever she wants. If you're not doing anything, she will spot her target and wants to kill him. So yeah. But anyways, they both die, and pretty much Hiruzen is we're gonna say a little bit different in this outcome because since the whole Leaf Village is a whole clusterfuck and Minato is dead, and also Kushina, he looks at Naruto because Naruto has the Nine Tails, and I'm just gonna give him the full Nine Tails because what the hell, and pretty much yeah, Donald, Hiruzen walks out with baby Naruto. People are looking at Naruto, and they know that Naruto is more not the woods, but they think because since the Nine Tails disappeared, people are already looking at Naruto and wants to kill him. Danzo even say nothing. They just wants to kill him already. Well, you could say. Now this is where Hiruzen, as in canon, goes around. You could say is at the tables trying to see who will adopt him or what they can possibly do. This is where Danzo is basically saying, well, I can take him in, if you want me to, which Hiruzen, he doesn't trust Danzo because he knows that Danzo's going to make him as a weapon. The Uchihas, they don't even want Naruto because we're gonna say, Fugaku, do not fuck with Minato in this. What if? And also the Hyuga, they hate Naruto. They don't even like Naruto. They just have that hunch. They just don't like his ass. because since he was like since the Naito's disappeared, he was the outcome of it. So, and all the other clans don't accept Naruto. Now, of course, this is where Naruto will be put in, under Hiruzen care. But this is where Naruto gets sent off, like, into the orphanage. We're just going to start with a 5-year-old Naruto. This 5-year-old Naruto has to be constantly running away and fighting and trying to survive because, like I said, Hiruzen and it's just, and Hiruzen a little bit different in this, a little bit dark, so you could say. And Naruto's basically, running away with one arm. He can hardly climb trees and stuff, so he most of the time get hurt or injured. We're just gonna say we go to all the way to the scene to the Hinata scene where Naruto help out Hinata. Naruto's basically helping out, punching out fighting the kids and stuff, and all that. And pretty much, Naruto help out Hinata. Hinata's thanking Naruto, but this is where we're gonna say two Jonin ninjas basically, got it heard that Naruto was beating up kids, and they basically came in and, absolutely beat the shit out of Naruto. Now, Naruto only has one arm, but he starts to get mad and pissed off, and saying, why do they always hate me? What did I do to everybody? Like, and this is where Naruto gets furious, and he activates the first ability of Killer Queen. But I tell you how he does it. Naruto pretty much runs in and punch and kicks the other one, which all Naruto has to do is touch them. He'll basically have all Killer Queen abilities, all the way up to directly and bites the dust. But other than that, let's just continue. Pretty much Naruto, he's fighting with the two Jonin ninjas, which they pretty much absolutely whoops the absolutely shit out of him, and he's pretty much hurt, bleeding, coughing up blood, and they pretty much have a kunai. They have both their kunais and said, let's just end them right now. Now, as they're walking slowly, this is where Naruto's, thinking in his head, what did he possibly do wrong? Like, why did this happen to him? And he's just basically, just fucked up. This absolutely just angry. This is where he awakens the 1% out of 100, the Kinky Kinkai. And it's pretty much, yeah, pretty much, that. And he pretty much hears, put your hand as a detonation, which Naruto, is hearing in his head, and he's trying to listen, trying to understand what the hell is that, like, talking to him, and it's basically saying to him, like, put his head, like, no, put his hand like a detonation bomb, which Naruto says, okay, and this is where you could say the stand is a little bit talking to him and says, now press down on it, and he basically does and they basically both of the Jonies blows up in an explosion, which Hinata is still there and she sees this, which Naruto is shocked and trying to figure out what the hell did he just do, which pretty much, or no, I'm just gonna say the stand protects him, and pretty much did the explosion for him. We're just gonna do it like that. Now, of course, Naruto is shocked and trying to figure out what the hell just happened, and what did he basically did. Now, basically, Hinata's basically looking at Naruto and shocked and pretty much frightened a little bit. Not like, a little bit scared of him, but not like too scared, but a little scared of him. Which Naruto doesn't even know what he did and basically runs away. Now, Naruto won't get in trouble by this for murdering two people because, like I said, Killer Queen can basically erase any elephant, you could say elephants of stuff, and plus their bodies just disappear. Also, that if Hinata said she saw Naruto kill those two guys, she has no proof, and plus she can't see the stand because we're just gonna say only the Kinkai users who has it can see it, and I'm only alright. I'll make it fair. I only say like only Hyugas can see it, but not like Uchiha's. So only Hyugas can see the stand, but they're not gonna be alive say watch out for anything. So, anyways, let's just continue. So, after Naruto goes and runs off, he's pretty much living in the forest because he doesn't have no house, and they keep kicking him out and overcharging him. So yeah, Naruto is basically trying to figure out what is that, and he with his one arm, he's pretty much trying to figure out what he basically that happened. Now we're just gonna do another time skip, and we're gonna start with a 13-year-old Naruto. This 13-year-old Naruto has been taking training very seriously, and he been killing we're gonna say some people up to like 40 people because since he awakened it, you remember the curse I said? Yeah, that curse been going active on him and basically making him blood loss and stuff. He kills anyone, like girls, boys, it doesn't matter. And if anyone's trying to hurt him and stuff, he used them as a target to kill, and he really doesn't care. But let's continue. Pretty much, this 13-year-old Naruto basically is trying to pass the thing, and since he has one arm, he can do ninjutsus with one arm. Well, basically he can do ninjutsus and stuff with one arm, but it's a little bit hard because like I said, nine tails, and plus it's a full nine tails, so it's definitely like fucking just ruining him. So, but he been training vigorously, you can say, to have his chakra control. So it's only a little good at chakra, but he still fails. This is where Mitsuki basically, yeah, Mitsuki basically comes in, basically say he can help him pass if he can get the scroll stealing, and plus he can tell him about his parents and stuff, which Naruto immediately doesn't hesitate and go grab the scroll. Now, as Naruto going to grab the scroll, this is where everything happens the same, but Naruto pretty much just uh, does the whole jutsu and just get out of there because he doesn't want to really kill Hiruzen because Hiruzen been there kind of a little bit, but Naruto pretty much running and stuff. Now, as Naruto's running, he pretty much opened up the scroll, and he only sees 3 jutsus that's pretty much useful to him. Well, I lied. He sees, yeah, he pretty much sees like 2 jutsus. Well, 3. He learns the multi-shot clone jutsu as in canon. He also learns the flying Raijin, gets it down, but not perfectly master it. And he also learns about something about a like, how can I say, like Sasori? Something about making a puppet body. Which, making a puppet body where you can store your soul in it. Yeah, where you can store your soul and not like, yeah, store your whole soul and chakra and mind and body. We're just gonna say like that. So Naruto doesn't need to like transfer his brain or heart or anything. He just needs to transfer his soul, which he writes these 3 down and he puts them into mind. Now, Naruto pretty much is about to go to Mitsuki. Until Mitsuki basically, you know, is pretty much, we're just gonna say a little bit late, which Iruka comes in. Which Iruka asks Naruto what's he doing with the scroll, which Naruto is saying, oh shit, and he basically said, well, does he pass? He basically says, does he pass, and can you tell him about his parents, because Mitsuki said all that stuff, which Iruka is confused and saying, Mitsuki says all that stuff, which this is where Mitsuki comes in, and all this stuff happens as canon, which, Iruka jumps in to save Naruto, which this is where, Naruto gets pissed off and says, so this was a trick the whole time, which this is where Mitsuki says, of course, you think I will really you think I would tell you about your parents? I don't even know your parents, kid. And plus, you're the Nine-Tails Cherokee, which, Iruka is telling Mitsuki to stop, which Mitsuki continues to tell Naruto he's a Nine-Tails Cherokee, and that's why, the village is as it's now, pretty much broken and fucked up and shit, and still getting repaired, because the village is still getting repaired due to the Nine-Tails. Like I said, it did a lot of damage. And that's why, like, it's only a couple of ninjas, so the Leaf Village is kind of vulnerable at the second, but not really. But yeah, they're vulnerable at the second. Now, of course, Naruto is shocked by this and backing up, which this is where Haruka tells Naruto to run, and everything happens the same. This is where Naruto basically thinks, and he basically comes back out. Now he basically does the hand seal, but he does it in a one hand seal to basically form like only like two shadow clones because, like I said, his chakra is terrible because Kurama is just absolutely he can't even perform like a lot of stuff. He can't even like do a lot of stuff without really, you know, only has access to like 1% of his chakra, and that's pretty bad. 1% of your chakra is pretty bad. But pretty much this is where Naruto basically forms like two clones, and he's pretty much already tired because sorry about that, guys. Where was that? Yeah, what was that? Yeah, Mitsuki. So yeah, Naruto is tired from already just like he only has access to like 1% of his chakra, and is not good. Although he has good chakra control by just having one hand and doing hand seals and been practicing his one hand, he's like I said, he doesn't have access of 100% of his chakra. But this is where he only has two clones, and he pretty much sent his first clone out to Mitsuki. Now, of course, Mitsuki, dispatched this first clone, but this is where the second clone just touches him, which Mitsuki says, "Oh, you touched me," and he basically just smacks the clone away. Now, this is where Naruto basically does basically does a hand thing, and he says, and he basically says, explosion, and he basically clicked down like, and then basically Mitsuki says, "Ah," and blows up, basically dying. Now, of course, Ruka is confused of what the hell Naruto just did, and how did he just kill him. This is where Naruto is walking close, walking very slowly, pretty much, already a little bit with blood and stuff and tired. And he basically says he's sorry for, taking the scroll and stuff. And Ruka, forgives him and stuff. And basically, he basically gives him the headband saying he passed. Which Naruto doesn't want the headband. And basically just tells Ruka that he's leaving the village. Which Aruka is trying to stop him. But Aruka is already hurt, and Naruto just says he's leaving. And he pretty much takes the scroll with him. So yeah, Naruto will be marked as a rogue one. Now, we're not going to really skip. I mean, this will round be at the round of Naruto going to the academy to be on Team 7. But he's not going to be on Team 7. So we're just going to talk about what he's doing right now. Naruto, he's basically going around, uh, basically going around stuff, learning new jutsus, also fighting with bandits and stuff, killing them and stuff, and also, trying to find, this perfect body or trying to make a body of it. Now, this is where we do another, not another time skip. This is where Naruto pretty much meets up with pretty much two people, and meets two people, and these two people is pretty much Zabuza and female Haku. Now, pretty much Naruto goes with Zabuza, and they're pretty much, form a good team. And Naruto look at Zabuza like, kind of as, not as a father figure, but kind of as a big brother figure, you could say. And Zabuza is explaining his whole backstory, and also Haku, and Naruto explains his thing and why he left the village and stuff, which, they create a good opening bond with each other. Now, we're just going to do a couple, do like a month pass, and pretty much Naruto is, I think, 14. Well, no. Well, yeah, a month pass. Naruto wouldn't age like that, but yeah, a month pass. Naruto's a little bit older. We're just gonna do it for the plot. He's 14 now, and he's pretty much been doing missions with Haku and Zabuza. And this is where he's pretty much going to the Hidden Sand village, and they pretty much finds the research that they was looking for. Well, Naruto, and he pretty much, goes and pretty much creates a puppet body at the Hidden Sand, because we're gonna say only the Hidden Sand do the puppet things and not the Hidden Leaf, and he can't go back. But he pretty much finds what he's looking for, and he basically makes his puppet body. Now, of course, this is where he pretty much makes the puppet body a little bit older, mature, kind of like his mature counterpart from Shippuden. makes the body a little bit older, and he pretty much transferred his soul into it. But he also took his heart and basically made it as the infinite chakra thing. Now I know what you're saying, but what about the Nine-Tailed Cherokee? Ain't the Nine-Tailed Cherokee would die if the host body is dying? I know. I thought about that, but no. Naruto basically found found out. Well, we're just gonna say the seal had a way to pretty much seal the Nine Tails away again, and Naruto basically did the same thing and basically sealed Nine Tails in himself again, and yeah, basically in the puppet's body. So Naruto has Naruto still has Nine Tails, but he has like he's kind of like Sasori. He has his puppet body. All right, sorry about that, guys. Had to do a lot of stuff, but where was that? I think this is where we was at. Naruto, yeah. So where? Oh yeah. So I was at the part where Naruto basically transferred the Nine-Tailed Cherokee inside his puppet body and his more mature body. And I know what y'all thinking. How can he transfer the Nine-Tailed Cherokee inside a puppet body? Listen, plot and also I say Naruto did on his journeys with Zabuza and Haku, and killing targets, assassinating and stuff, and doing all that. Um, Naruto been, you could say, going in his mindscape and talking to the Nine-Tailed Cherokee. So yeah, and also him and the Nine-Tailed Cherokee is on alright terms, but not on like, you know, buddy buddy terms. You could say, but he did promise the Nine-Tailed Cherokee that he will kill Madara for putting him under a genjutsu, which the Nine-Tailed Cherokee, agrees to these terms. So yeah, that's why Naruto also has the Nine-Tailed Cherokee again. And I guess Naruto does have infinite chakra because his body will be in an infinite chakra source. But other than that, yeah. But yeah, this is where Naruto basically transferred his whole soul and then heart to the puppet's body and basically has a puppet body. And yes, he still has the Kinky Kinkai of Killer Queen. But anyways, let's continue. This is where we're just gonna have Naruto, Naruto, Zabuza, and Haku basically the Hidden Sand Village and takes this mission job offered from the mafia boss guy, which I forgot his name, and he's pretty much saying that if they can kill Tazna, uh, they can pay him the right amount if they can get the job done. Which Naruto, Naruto is talking to Zabuza, thinking that this is a trap. Like if they do kill this guy named Tazna, I think the mafia guy is going to backstab them at the end. Which this is where you know pretty much Zabuza listened to Naruto because Naruto and Zabuza are close. We're just gonna say they're close like that, and Naruto basically convinced him about it, and pretty much Zabuza agrees, but they take the deal, but they be extra cautious, and Naruto basically shakes the guy's hand, saying, they're gonna make sure they're going to kill the target. Now Naruto put a bomb on him, or basically set him as a bomb detonation. So whatever, you know, whatever he touches or whoever he touches or was talking to or was banging or having sex with, they will blow up too. But yeah, Naruto basically put a bomb on him. So just in case if anything goes out of hand and he's thinking about backstabbing him, Naruto's gonna blow him the fuck up. But let's continue. Everything happens, and this is where Zabuza does his appearance. Just like in canon with Team 7. But Team 7 is a little bit different since Naruto's not on the team. The team will basically be on with Sasuke, Sakura, garbage, and who would be an extra person to fill that role? To fill this role in? I keep wrong with you. I say Ino. Nah, not Ino. I'll say Troji. Troji or Chikamaru. President Shikamaru or Bug Dude. Oh no, Kiba. Yeah, Sasuke, Sakura, and Kiba, and Kakashi Sensei. Yeah. Now they're pretty much going. Actually, no. Let's put Hinata just to add in the spice to this. Now, pretty much this is where Kakashi is fighting with Zabuza, and Zabuza captures Kakashi, and this is where everything happens as original in canon, but except for teams have been having a much harder time to fight Zabuza because they're not really good with their teamwork like Naruto and Sasuke, so they take a little bit longer, and Kakashi is too weak to fight. But Zabuza retreats for now, you could say. Now, this is where Naruto is basically is well with Zabuza and talking to him that they're going to be fighting them at the bridge, which pretty much Zabuza says yeah, and this is where we get to the bridge builder part. Well, the bridge part. Um, Everything is going as the same in canon, except for Naruto is basically fighting with Sasuke, and Kiba is fighting with Haku, which he's losing very badly. Now, Sasuke is pretty much fighting with Naruto. Naruto changes his hair into yellow, kind of like Yoshikar. I mean, well, kind of. Well, he changes his hair pink. I'm just gonna say he changes his hair pink, just to change his identity. Now, Sasuke is pretty much fighting with Naruto, and this is where Sasuke, you know, is at the urge of losing, and he activates his Sharingan as original canon. Now, this is where he's still fighting with Naruto, but Naruto's still dodging his attacks and stuff. Naruto's not really going for the kill with Sasuke. He's not really going for the kill with Sasuke because Naruto really, is just playing. He likes to play with his food. He's kind of like those, kind of like Jason, or not Jason or Freddy. Jason, Michael Myers. Yeah, Michael Myers. He's kind of like Michael Myers. He does speak, but only speaks at when he wants to speak, and he also, you know, just want to make himself the strongest ninja out there. But he also likes to play with his food, so he's playing with Sasuke right now, playing around with him, pretty much dodging his attack and stuff. This is where Sasuke had enough of him and basically shoots basically two fireballs at Naruto, basically wasting all his chakra. Now, of course, this is where Naruto is basically smiling and saying, and basically use gold dust or dust, you could say, like the second Raikage. Now, how's he using that? We're just gonna say he kind of took some DNA as he was going journeying around with Zabuza and stuff. He took some DNA in the Hinsei village and pretty much used it in the puppet body. So yeah, now he has like the Kenkai of gold dust and iron sand. Yeah, those two. Now, Naruto, of course, uses the ice and the block. Uses the dust to block the attack, and basically is floating up, saying, "What's wrong? You look like you've seen a god or something." Which Sasuke is, now shocked that Naruto is basically, floating, which he can't do anything, and he's just accepting defeat. This is where Naruto basically is, laughing, basically laughing, and saying, "What's wrong, Sasuke? Seems like, seems like you're not yourself." Which Sasuke says, "How do you know my name?" Which pretty much Naruto is, laughing even more. This is where Kakashi does the lightning blade, and Haku already dispatched of Kiba, and this is where Kakashi is about to run and pierce Zabuza with the lightning blade until Naruto basically stopped Kakashi at his making him stop because he basically put spikes, golden dust spikes, to spike up. And basically Kakashi backs up saying, "Damn it." Now, this is where Haku looks at Naruto and, gave him the look of thank you while she's still wearing her mask. But this is where, the Mafia Man comes in and basically, says the deal is off and he's going to kill everybody. This is where Naruto says, "I knew you would say that." and he's basically smiling, which the guy's saying, "What you smiling about?" Which he says, "Oh, you see." And he basically does the click down and does it, and everything explodes. Like all the henchmen, including the mafia boss guy, blows the fuck up out of nowhere. Which Kakashi is shocked, Sasuke's shocked, Sakura's shocked, Haku not really shocked because Naruto did it before. Haku is shocked and Zabuza shocked too because they're shocked that he just fucking killed all of them without being near them. Now this is where Naruto basically is like saying, "Well, shall we go, Zabuza?" Which pretty much Zabuza nods his head and Haku, and they pretty much leaves. Now, of course, this is where Kakashi says that was Naruto, which how can I say this? Aruka, when Aruka was in the hospital and told that Naruto left with the scroll silly, he basically explains that Naruto blew Mitsuki up. He doesn't know how, but he blew him up somehow. Which Kakashi knows that that was Naruto now. Now this is where Naruto, Haku, and Zabuza is basically, going and stuff and basically leaving and going and pretty much going off on their own. Which pretty much Naruto says that he blew his cover and he has to go back to the Leaf Village. Now of course this is where Zabuza is saying you have to go back to the Leaf Village, which Naruto says yeah. Basically he doesn't want them to hunt them down and to basically kill like both of them. And he basically calls them family and basically gives both of them, looks at Zabuza but hugs Haku and basically starts going back to the Leaf Village, ready to, you could say, pretty much get ready for a fight because he's rogue. Now, as Naruto's pretty much heading back into the village, he's pretty much has his hands ready. Pretty much he's ready and stuff, and he walks in the village. Now, of course, no one doesn't know who he is, but Naruto's basically, walking in there, going to Hiruzen and ready to kill Hiruzen and basically just, destroy the leaf because he already talked to Kurama and Kurama is like, down with him to fuck up the Leaf Village. Now, as Naruto's going in there, he's basically say, "Can you talk to Hiruzen?" Which they all agree, and this is where Naruto basically, start, touching people who's ready to. He's basically, touching people, handshaking everybody, doing all that stuff. This is where Naruto meets in Hiruzen room. He pretty much shakes Hiruzen's hand and saying his different name. This is where Naruto begins to talk to him and says, "Oh man," which Hiruzen knows no one else calls him "old man" except for Naruto, which he says Naruto. And he basically say, "Naruto, is that you?" Which Naruto basically has his hand, basically has the Killer Queen stand, which Hiruzen can't see, and Naruto basically does a whole hand signature of a bomb, and he basically tells him that he has the whole Leaf Village on, ready to explode, or he's ready to blow up this whole Leaf Village with a big explosion. Which this is where Hiruzen's saying, "What does it mean?" Which Naruto says that he's ready to blow everybody up in this village and kill everybody. Now this is where Kakashi is going to see if Naruto's actually here. And Hiruzen's saying what does he want, which Naruto basically explains that what is his goal and what he's wanting. He basically wants to be unclear from the most wanted list, and then he's gonna leave the village. And if any of them there to chase after him again or try to, look for him because he know they was looking for him, he will blow every single last everybody up. Which this is where Hiruzen is trying to talk to, trying to calm down Naruto and tell him like he can come back to the village and stuff, which and no one will like hurt him or anything. Which this is where Naruto says that he doesn't really want to stay in the village after all the drama, all the like traumatizing shit they did to him. Now this is where Hinata comes in, barge in the Hokage office, trying to see if it's really Naruto. Which Naruto turns around and says, "Hinata," because he still remembers her. And she runs in and pretty much hugs him and says, "We're like he's been gone for about a year or so, about a month and years, months and stuff." And she basically looks at him and he's pretty much tall because, like I said, he made his body like in the original canon like in Naruto Shippuden. So yeah, and she basically looks at his hand and stuff, and she realized that he's not really human anymore. He's a puppet. Which she asks, "What did he do to himself?" Which Naruto looks at her and doesn't really say anything until Naruto says, "You have about a minute to decide who's in, or I'm killing everybody." Which Hinata's shocked. Which Naruto looks at her and says, "Oh, except for you, Hinata." Which pretty much he walks out. Now, as he's going to ramen, eating ramen, saying, "This ramen is pretty good." Which the ramen guy's saying, yeah, I had a person who said my ramen was the best ramen. His name was Naruto. I don't know where he went at," which Naruto was standing right in front of him, well, sitting and looking at him, which he pretty much get up and pretty much starts walking around the Leaf Village. Now, as he's thinking, he's just, thinking about if he should really, do it, press the bum, or, not do it. That's where Hiruzen basically comes in and basically says says to you know says to Naruto that he agrees to these terms, and he basically has this paper right here. Now, this is where Naruto's about to grab the paper. The pretty much he won't be wanted anymore or rogue. This is where two ninjas comes in and stabs Naruto in the stomach, which Naruto gets stabbed in the stomach and begins to say, "So you've chosen death, then?" Which this is where Naruto pretty much does the snap and starts blowing up ninjas everywhere, and ninjas start touching each other. So it has an effect of whoever touches each other, starts touching people, they will be bombs too. So like all ninjas everywhere starts blowing up left and right, and Naruto's basically saying, hmm. And they're all blowing up left and right and stuff, and half of the ninjas are blowing up and stuff. Kakashi is pretty much right beside. We're gonna say I'll say Kakashi is Kakashi and Asuma is pretty much sitting down with the rest of the two people who's guarding the gate. They pretty much blow the fuck up, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And they just sees a explosion, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And half buildings are blowing up too. The Naruto's making explosions big. Ninjas are blowing up one by one and stuff. Which Hiruzen is telling Naruto to stop. Which Naruto says, "You brought this to yourself," and he's basically having his hands down while doing the detonation hand down while ninjas are blowing up left and right. It's a whole clusterfuck of explosion. Now, this is where Hiruzen tells Naruto to stop, and he would do what he's told. Which Naruto smiles and says, "Okay, good." And he basically starts leaving the village, and he says, "Hiruzen," which Hiruzen looks at Naruto, and Naruto's and Hiruzen says yes, and Naruto says die, and basically presses and blows Hiruzen up. Now, pretty much, Hiruzen's dead, and half the Leaf Village is in a clusterfuck. So now the elders are like, shit, what to do? What's shit? That well, you could say the Leaf Village is pretty much done for now. Now this is where word gets in, and Orochimaru gets news that Hiruzen's dead and was killed by a person. And this is gonna be the last pausing because I'm gonna hurry up and finish up this video. Yeah, but this is where Orochimaru gets who killed him, and it was Naruto. And basically, Orochimaru was saying, "Oh, Naruto killed him." And this is where Orochimaru wants to, recruit Naruto in the Sound Village and stuff. Now, of course, this is where Naruto is basically, basically left the village. Oh, I should also say that the Akatsuki got word that the Hidden Leaf Village pretty much got fucked up by Naruto, or should I say the Nine Tails from Cherokee, which pretty much Pain doesn't really care that Naruto destroyed the Leaf Village, but Itachi cares. Like, yeah, basically, this Naruto just basically just, disrupt, how can I say, Naruto basically this disturbed the whole like area of the villages. So since Hiruzen's dead, like the Hidden Cloud wants to initiate their plan of kidnapping Hinata again. Once they wants to do it again, but also they want to get to Naruto and recruit Naruto because like why not? Why not? So yeah, but this is where Naruto's basically walking and stuff, and he's like going, and this is where Naruto makes his next stop to pretty much go to the hidden mist because he heard they had a weapon that can pretty much transform into other weapons and stuff, and it's like this two fan bladed. I forgot the name of it. It was it like think of that guy in the movie Boruto, the last, well Boruto the movie, where that guy basically had that weapon. Uh, yeah, I'm talking about that guy. But basically, this is where Naruto goes, and he's going into his mist, and he's looking for like the weapon because Zabuza also said that the hidden mist has it, this weapon, which Naruto goes and he basically in the hidden mist, looking around and stuff, and he basically talked to a ninja, and well, we're gonna say talk to a ninja or a person and asks where's like the weapons that the legendary seven swordsman weapons at, which they basically say, oh, basically, it's at this place, which Naruto says, okay, thank you, and he basically blows him the fuck up and kills him silently because you can't get caught lacking. You could say it's just business. Yeah, but pretty much Naruto gets the weapon and stuff. Now this is where Naruto's leaving the village and stuff with the weapon, and as the ninjas are about to trying to get to Naruto, Naruto left some stuff on the floor, like some stuff that ninjas was stepping on, and as they're about to trying to stop Naruto, Naruto says bites it and blows them up, which killing the ninjas that was following him. Now this is where Naruto is basically out and stuff, and he basically also took their scroll. I should say he also took their secret scroll, so he also learned their jutsus and stuff, especially the second Mizukage and all that. So pretty much, yeah, like the second Mizukage and stuff. Now Naruto's basically going, already learning some jutsus from him, like practicing jutsus and stuff. But he pretty much is also wanted by the Hidden Mist. But Naruto doesn't give a shit. He can just kill him. This is where Naruto's basically going and stuff with his thing and stuff. And also, I forgot to say Naruto do have puppets because I should probably say the fifth technique he learned from the scroll stealing is that Minato had was the puppet technique of doing the puppet thing. So Naruto do has the puppet thing, but he also knows how to. He basically knows how to do the 1,000 puppets like Sasori has. So yeah, this is where Naruto's basically going and stuff. Now, as Naruto's going, this is where I'm just gonna say this is where around the canyon. I'm just gonna say this around the canyon. This is where Kisame and Itachi basically found a location where Naruto can possibly be at, which also like I'll say I'll say pretty much like the Leaf Village knows too, which the only person who's the Hokage now is pretty much Jiraiya because yeah, Lee Tsunadi's not really having it, and Jiraiya he's the only one that's available, so he's a Hokage right now, and he wants to get Naruto alive. He wants to capture Naruto alive, which he basically send out a team to try to get Naruto, like pretty much Might Guy, Asuma, and also Kakashi. Now, as they found a location where Naruto can be at, Naruto pretty much like you could say set the location that he was at as a trap, so whoever was following him pretty much can die. Now, this is where we're gonna say Kisame and Itachi is being vigilant and making sure that they're going in there, and they see you could say Naruto. Now Naruto's pretty much saying, yo, which they're saying, Naruto Uzumaki, you're coming with us. Which Naruto says, how about come at me and fight me? Which this is where Kisame says, I can't wait to put my sword and kill you. Which Naruto says, of course, come ahead, and charges at Kisame. Now, of course, this is where Kisame gets a clean hit on Naruto and pretty much, you could say, kills Naruto. But when Kisame pretty much stabs Naruto, it's pretty much a you could say a puppet, or a puppet thing, which Kisame says, what, a puppet? Which, this is where Naruto says, see you later, and basically pressed down on the cave he was at, or the place he was at, and pretty much crushed it down. So, Kisame and Itachi will be stuck there for a while. Now, Naruto pretty much leaves, and as he's going, I guess you could say this is where the Hidden Cloud makes their attack the Hidden. Well, pretty much do their job, or do their thing, and pretty much go get Hinata. And I'm going to say a separate squad is going to get Naruto to recruit him in the Hidden Cloud, which is where Naruto is pretty much going and stuff. And as he's going, he pretty much, like, I guess, like, sees Orochimaru. Well, not sees Orochimaru. This is where, like, I guess, like, Killer Bee basically sees Naruto and basically asks Naruto to join the Hidden Cloud, which Naruto says, hey, as long as y'all welcome me as family, I go ahead and join, which, Killer Bee is, rapping and saying, yo, okay. And then they basically start going. Now, as they're going, they basically make it to the cloud, and guess where the Raikage, basically welcomes Naruto in, basically gives him a house, and basically, welcome in the family, which Naruto was, cool about. And this is basically part 1 of what if Naruto was Sasori / had Killer Queen. If you like, leave a like, do all that stuff. And I'm Kushina. Thanks for watching and peace out.
It looks like you lost another one.